like it's gonna die. This is happening.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tipping Comedians Comedy Podcast. This is the podcast. We have the Tipping Comedians Comedy Show after this tonight at 8 o'clock at the Arc Cyber Theater. And I have with me here my fearless co-host, the funniest man with the funniest voices of all time, Mr. Real Nave, is holding down the co-pilot seat of the 747 Tipping Comedians Comedy Podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Changed my diet. I feel a little bit lighter. Everything is fishy now.
I know our routine is to do our podcast show here at Michelli's Pizza at Universal, and Joe Michelli has hooked up some amazing. We get 2 pies every week that we can share with the comedians and the guests and ourselves. And normally, what we do is we come in here and we just like rock the meat eater doubles. But Will had to say, "Hey, Kimbo, man, the meat thing, we need to cut back on. Can we do a veggie?" And so we rocked 1 veggie and 1 meat.
Yeah.
How was that veggie?
That's amazing. That's awesome. You gotta know how to switch it up every now and then.
Yeah.
Me, getting up there.
You know what? First of all, let me tell you what was on it. All right. There was some spinach.
I ate some.
There was some mushrooms. There was some onions. And there was another vegetable on there that was really chewy. Oh, peppers.
Yeah, bell peppers. Yeah. Olives.
Yeah, olives, black olives. Man, the meat eating was Italian sausage and pepperoni and mushrooms.
Half a cow. Oxtails.
And
He's like, man, you can think of meat, the meat and everything.
Anything that used to walk in grains was on. Anything that had a hoof and ate grass was on that piece.
In the background of the Farmer John Fish, he had the little thing, and the thing was in the background, was on that meat piece, and everything you seen in the garden.
Anything below the food chain of us was on that meat pizza.
Yes. And I had everything like, algae eaters.
Yeah.
Plankton.
If it was, if anything that absorbed a sun photon,
yes,
and had some, what is it, chloroform in it? What's
everything that leaned towards the sun.
Anything that leaned towards the sun that was in dirt and had roots was on that pizza.
Yes. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So basically, I had a root pizza.
Root pizza,
organic earth pizza.
Yeah, and I had a food cheese.
Pretty much.
Of living, breathing mammals.
For those vegans out there,
But hey, here's what we want you to do. We want you to come down to Michelli's with us every Tuesday. We're fired up by noon. And we want you to come down here and mix and mingle with us. If you want to come on, talk about comedy. If you want to come on, talk about your favorite comedians. If you want to come on, talk about your favorite comedians, that's in the drop-down menu of tippingcomedians.com. You can do that too. Yes. We're both on there. So this podcast is about creating awareness for you guys to know who we are so that you can go into your wallets and put what's in your wallets in our wallets.
Yes.
That's what comedians are all about. What you gonna do with your
put it in the bank, save it in the truck. Trying to take that blue line to the red line. I'm just keep it real.
I'm gonna take my tip money and I'm gonna buy me a whole set of PTZ remote control cameras for my podcast. That's what
I'm gonna have the vehicles so we can get from A to Z.
We can take the cameras to the next podcast.
Yes, exactly. And then somebody is supposed to buy the surf and turf for all of them.
Yeah, well,
Maria said she was going to get surf.
Maria's going to hook us up with some surf and turf.
No, she said she's going to spend all her money on the surf and turf.
Oh no, she said she's going to spend our money on her surf and turf. Well,
No speaking
my
English.
money on her circle.
No speaking English.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. She works hard, so
One shrimp.
she has earned a shrimp and a bite of ribeye.
Remember when I used to
But the fatty
the
part,
jokes,
not the lean part.
yeah, the jokes at Uncle Al's Seafood, and I used to work for the Captain's Ladder before they started paying me when I was first starting out.
Yeah. Was that imitation seafood or was
No,
it
that
real
was
seafood?
real. No, brother was a Nigerian. He was a Nigerian brother, and it was a really cool spot. He's a Nigerian brother, really cool brother, and he used to be right there in Long Beach on First and Elm, and I used to hold it down every Saturday at 7 p.m. And the Gazette actually write up about me in the newspaper. It's like if you're ever looking for a professional joke slinger, I thought this was an awesome, write up, man, and I'll have to put it, share it on the on the link, man, so you guys can see this.
Right on.
And I was just like, thank you, and I held it down for like 2 years, man. So I had everybody come through, man. Catch you would see Barry Brewer used to come through there. Rest in peace, but Ricky Harris came through. Man, who else? So many cats. Bless the mic. It came through, and Yvette the Funny Lady, she came through. Let me see, B-Jack, Victor Jackson. He said the funniest black man in Orange County. He came through.
He must know about us.
I was like, he corrected me. This is Victor Jackson. He said, I'm the funniest black man in Orange County. I was like, all right.
Until we show him. As long as we ain't in Orange County, he's the funniest black man.
I was like, I'm going to visit my mama. She lives in Orange County. But yeah, a lot of comedians blessed the stage, man. Who? I'm trying to think, man. So many people. Boom Shakalaka. Uncle Boom Shakalaka.
I don't think I've ever worked with him.
That's a wild cat, but I call him, I had adopted him in my family. I call him Uncle Boom Shakalaka. Hilarious.
He's like one of those old school brothers.
School, man, like nature, like he's Native American. And but he had me cry. You never know what he was gonna say. He was like a loose cannon, but hilarious. Good people. I was just sitting there just thinking about that when I came across that article. I was just like, man.
Nice. So who in let's do the drop down menu and let me know who you like and who you think people should be tipping. So let's see here. Let me go ahead and pull up another browser. And let's go straight to, for those of you who do not know, we're going to tippingcomedians.com. That's there. Got to spell it right.
We got somebody watching. Hey.
Comedians.com. There we go.
Eliz. I don't want to mess this up. Man.
You got a fan over there?
Yeah, I got somebody watching.
Oh, snap.
Liz Guard. I swear I don't want to mess with nobody's name because people mess my name up all the time. So I'm going to just spell it EILIZGUARD is join. Wave. I wave back. Thank you for joining in to our podcast. Pod brother. So, you said you're the pod brother. So
Yes.
am I like the pod step brother?
You're the pod step brother. You're the pod brother-in-law.
You mad at my sister? Oh, you would have got. I saw this a real. You would have laughed. You would probably fell out your seat.
That's
you mad at my sister?
You married your mom. When did that happen?
Wait, no, 'cause I was all right. You know what? Y'all know me.
Become your brother.
Y'all know me. I'm wild like that, and I was gonna be like, "You married my sister? You know my sister's a man now."
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, who's married?
Brother-in-law. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up.
Yeah. Oh,
Who's on top? Who's the bottom?
It was a bad. I was gonna hit you, but hey, it's the truth. It's the truth. Okay, so I have my brother represent for the alphabet community because everybody needs to laugh. You want to be equal. You want to be created equal. Well, here's your chance. Here's your chance to be created equal. We don't hold no boundaries. It's comedy.
Okay, so can you see my screen? It's a little bit glitchy on this one. I don't know why, but it's showing up on yours. That is a weird phenomenon.
That's that free boost you got in front of the store. This one actually has a service.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at that. This is working. Look at that.
Clean.
Look at it. Clean.
It's beautiful.
Clean. That one.
This one here is doing a Watusi. I don't know what's going on.
What is that? What? That's before I was.
That's before you. I'm sorry. I threw a boomer word on you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Gen Z's don't know what the Watusi is.
That's all right though. I knew how to do Bobby Bird.
We did killer Bobby Bird. I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, no fun, man.
I'm actually going to search out like all the karaoke places, and we're gonna go on the James Brown Bobby Bird karaoke tour.
Wait,
we just gonna go in there, do it, rock,
and just leave. So we do it just like one night stand.
You can find us at tipcomedians.com.
Yeah, boom. They're like, what? Tipcomedians.com. Follow us now. And then just walk out. And I go to Capo and just get the hell out of there.
You can follow up with Drum Love. I could be more dead.
I need Jerome. Oh man, Jerome with the mirror. Oh man, he was my favorite character.
We could do those two. We could do those two.
And I got the ball here.
I've been watching you. I don't know it without the words. So, it's karaoke.
Because I watch fucking Rain. I know all of that words in every song. Man.
All right, so check this out, man. If you go to tipcomedians.com, as you can see here, it starts off with like a minimum denomination of $5. Everybody got a fan, right? Come on now.
You got $5?
I got $5. I got $5 right now. I tell you what I got. I got $15 on the Cash App right now.
Yes.
I could throw 5 over at somebody.
You beat me.
Yeah.
We split big Cash App, take little Cash App.
I tell you what. Check this out. Okay, so you got some list of comedians here. All right, so you see the drop down, right? There's a drop down on there. I don't see it dropping down on there. It's supposed to drop down because I have this
is this
selected.
Because it looked like say 500. Yeah, you keep it right where it is.
Well, you can add zeros to it, no problem.
Oh yes, please do.
All right, so if I scroll down here, first of all, okay, you can see that we don't see it in the show, but I see it here on my screen. I'm not sure why it's not showing.
Click on that.
Maybe
it says comedians.
Yeah, I click on that.
And as you scroll down, I see it. Oh, I see it now. I see it. Right there. I see the little thing. You move it again, and I seen it.
You see the cursor?
I see the cursor. The cursor's there.
Okay, do you see the cursor now? No? Okay. So if I click on Will Nave, now, you see Will Nave? Does that pop up in the
I see it.
Does Will not pop up?
No, I see it. It's right there. I see it. I wish I could just like zoom up on it.
Okay. So now you can click here, like, what event are you attending if you're attending? And that's optional. You may not be attending it. You just may be chilling and you just want to randomly tip somebody.
Yes.
So you don't have to. But I'm going to go ahead and see the drop-down menu. I got some dates here. I got to update this. So all these events have passed. So I need to put current dates. That's so people who want to come see you.
Yes.
And they know a show they want to come and see you on. They can select that show in that drop-down menu. Let's say tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's their cover.
Okay.
Their cover's tipping you.
Oh, that work. Cover me.
So let's say you got like 20 people coming. If they can do one, two things. They can buy the ticket for $20, which you don't see any of that unless the producer or the promoter has a separate deal worked out with you for an X amount of money for your appearance fee.
Okay.
But let's say you don't. Let's just say you being a good dude, a good friend, and you want to pop in and do some time just because and that you.
Yeah.
If there's a ticket, that doesn't go to any of the comics. That goes to the facility or the promoter or the producer or the director. And if they then want to be like, hey, Will, thanks for coming out. Here's a 20. That's that option. But you're not seeing any of that like off of the end.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why I'm getting to this tipping comedians.
That's what's up.
Because now the comedians, if they're working to bring people and there's a ticket, well, I'm willing to allow that comedian to get tipped for anybody that they're doing. And that's the admission to get in.
Yeah, I like tips because I was just over today at Universal Nissan. Not a most plug.
Man, you ain't sponsored our podcast. You would have said they hold me and location.
And Peter.
And Peter, too.
Yeah. Just gives me. You hear me, Peter?
He should come over to Michelli's right across the street and at least buy us a beer.
You can do a beer and get some money off the down payment.
Knock that down payment down.
You
should knock it down to no payment.
The Nissan advertising. I was looking at the Nissan Road, baby.
Yeah,
2021.
I'm giving you so much exposure.
Man. I need you to knock some of that price off.
Some of that down payment down.
Yes, man.
You know, and then while you're doing that, throw a couple extra 100 on tippingcomedians.com.
Yes, that'll
on the wheels, man.
That'll work.
Yeah. And by the way, full disclosure, the PNN Academy gets 20% of that tip, and the comedian gets 8%.
Hey, it's fine with me. That means I have some wheels because I'm tired of getting my ass on that train.
Fine with me too. That 20% I'm going out and buying me some crack.
I wasn't ready for that. For each his own.
For each his own, baby. It's America. We got vices. I know what your vice is, but my vice is crack.
Vices. Stop riding on that damn train.
Your vice is to get out of the crack neighborhood, off the train.
You know what?
My vice is to get on the train, go into the crack neighborhood.
I'm not knocking a crackhead because sometimes they give you good deals. Like,
but you know what? Crackheads are the best entrepreneurs on the planet.
I think I got that DVD player in the house, the Blu-ray, that PlayStation 4.
They got ingenuity, creativity. They make stuff happen, man.
You know what I'm saying? Right? You see this tripod I got right here?
Kids, do not stay away from drugs. Do not do drugs unless it's crack.
Don't kick us off.
None of our sponsors endorse any of this stuff. This is comedy. This is all comedy.
Man.
But there is crack in the pizzas because these pizzas.
Oh man, no one I feel sleepy. What the hell's going on? I feel sleepy and I got a pizza.
Michelli's is good.
Like you keep
I'm addicted to these pizzas. These pies here.
It's good, man. Delicious.
Man, come on.
But,
all right, I digress.
Pizza, right?
Okay, so you see your name in the drop-down menu, right? So there's no venue or show that is you're on that you're associated to. So that drop-down menu there doesn't apply. So since that doesn't apply, what I'm going to do? Okay. So you see what says quantity. Quantity is multiple in that file. So if you do nothing, you just check out. You're gonna like, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I want to give you 10. If I take that and I rock that up times 2, then the subtotal of that, as you see, goes to 10. Now you're getting tipped $10.
Oh, keep going. Add some more zero.
All right, and then down below are some more dates listed, and then I also have the PNN Academy Stand-Up Comedy Workshop, which a lot of comics that want to be on tippingcomedians.com, in order to get there, you need to do a personal friend of mine who I have vetted over the years.
glad I know him.
Or you take these stand-up comedy workshops and you put your 40 hours of open mics in. And then if at that point you want to have comedy as a profession, then I will put you through the steps of getting into the community.
And 40 hours is not long. That's a week.
Not long.
Weeks of work.
Get that in a week.
8 hours. Yeah, 8 hours. 40
Yeah.
hours. If you just
Yeah.
quit your job, you come
get
over
that.
here and
I mean, there's a lot of open mics everywhere. You can bounce around.
just tell them to quit your job and just come do it. That's 40 hours. That's 8 hours.
Well, 40 open mics is 40 stages, not hours.
40 stages.
Yeah, you got to get on 40 open mic stages.
40 open mic stages.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all better go to Home Depot and build your ass a stage.
But you can make your own stage.
Yes.
You know, you can route up your friends and you can have them come in your living room or on your patio or in your garage,
Exactly.
and then you can work out your stuff.
Man, look,
And then I will count that as an open mic because it's really, I mean, Will, think about it. The only way you get good at this game is to literally be on a microphone in front of a live audience and you try out your stuff. That's the only way you get better.
Man, I remember talking to my boy back in the day, Anthony Scroncho McKinley, and this is when I first started out. And I just seen him recently at the Improv on Melrose. And I remember him telling me, he says, "Man, you got to get out. You got to do as many stages as possible. Like if it's a week, you hitting 5 to 6 stages in a night.
Yeah.
Open mic.
Yeah.
And in that week, you want to hit the stage at least 6 times. So you got 5 to 6 stages, one night, 6 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much stage time as possible. That's what you want.
That's what you want.
And
So,
I'm like,
so
thank you for
40
that.
open mic stages to get on tipping comedians. That's not bad. You can get that in no time.
Yeah.
But that's what you need to get because we need to know that you're serious about this.
Yeah.
And you're going to get out there and you're going to hit them stages and you're going to try to evolve and level up to being a really solid act.
Yeah.
And the only way you can do that is like, you know, it's like a fighter pilot. You know, you got to put time in the cockpit. Once you got your 5,000 hours, then you can go into combat. You know, it's like you ain't going out there with anything less than that.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just, now you know every single thing about the plane, you know, aeronautics, you know, tactical, you know, strategy, you know, how to fly in formation, you know, how to land on the aircraft carrier, take off, you know, this stuff that you learn just from putting all those hours in. You know, stand-up comedy is the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And every night is dangerous because you're in front of an audience. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know what's going to happen.
Man, that's crazy. So
I'm telling you.
And just being on so many stages, man, being in front of, you know, where you're comfortable at, going where you don't feel so comfortable at. You got to do all the stages, man. That's one thing, you know.
So check this out. So you take the 5 denomination, times it by 2. I got your name in. Now you add that to cart. You check out. This takes you to where if you have a promo code, you can pop that in. But you ain't trying to throw a promo code for a tip because you want everybody to get the tip.
Exactly.
So then you'll see your subtotal there. It says tipping comedians. The comedian that you're tipping is Will. It's the units are $5. You can do 2 units. That's 10. You can pay with PayPal, or you can go here and hit the checkout again. That's going to take you to where you can drop down either your Visa card. Well, this page here is where you put in all your information. And then the next page is, so if I was to continue out of that, well, let me know. It wants you to fill all that in. It wants at least your email and your phone.
And I know the reason why it froze up, well, it didn't freeze. It just turned red because you got to fill in the rest of the information. But
yes, so
it was some zeros that was left out behind that 1. That's why 6 zeros that was left
6
out.
zeros was left
That was
out.
left out behind that 1, and they were saying, "Hey, this is not enough zeros. Please tip Will Navajo some more." And that's why it turned red. It said, "Hey, this is some rules. Put some more zeros behind that."
We need more zeros. You
We
ain't
need
got
more
enough
zeros.
zeros
You know what
behind
I'm
that.
saying?
Okay, so it wants at least your email and your phone number. So I'm gonna pop that in
Ooh,
there. Oh snap! It wants all this other information too.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna waste your time or effort with that. But basically, you fill in your information, and then the next page is you will pop up, your credit card information. You plug that in, and then the transaction happens, and it takes about 3 to 4 days for the funds to clear, and then we shoot the funds out to the comedians, and then we shoot the 20% over to the European Academy Comedy Workshop. So that's basically how that works. And if you go back to store, it'll pop you back out into this stuff here, which is other items on my store for comedy tickets and workshops and drive-in movie theater stuff and all kinds of cool and exciting things that we offer. So how you like them apples, Will?
Fresh, boiled with sugar and brown sugar, a little bit of vanilla, and we'll make an apple pie, flaky crust.
Nice. That's a beautiful
Man, it's something sweet.
thing. All right, so let's go back to that. I got dropped out of that too soon because we wanted to talk about some of the comedians on there, right?
Yeah.
Did you want to do that? Let me pull it back.
Then I got a show coming up too. We'll get a chance to talk about that. Make sure folks come out to that.
Let me go.
Sunday,
Let me go back to.
April 2nd at 7:30. The Comedy Chateau.
Oh, let's talk about that
Yeah.
real quick. Sorry about that snort, you guys. That was probably not the coolest thing in the world to hear, but
Okay.
I had crack in my nose I needed to clear out. I had the cocaine in my nostrils.
He's in love with the go-go.
Oh man, all my family friends know me. They know I have nothing to do with any kind of drugs. They're like, man, this dude is bunk right now. He's bunk.
Yeah,
Never. He can't even spell crack. Spells cocaine with a K. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
actually, you do spell cocaine with a K in the hood. Stop.
Okay, so let's go back to this real quick because I want to talk about your show at the Comedy Chateau, but I want to go back to here. All right,
Yes.
let's play. Who do you know? Who do you like? Obviously, I know everybody on here, and I like everybody on here because I'm the one who read, right?
Pretty much.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Who do you like?
so build up.
It's a leprechaun. He's a leprechaun.
So he's got a commercial going on, like for a chicken sandwich. Have you seen it?
No, was it like Chick-fil-A?
He plays like a sleazy, cheesy lawyer
Uh-huh.
who represents anybody who has been fouled by an awful chicken sandwich. And his law firm is like the restaurant that serves the best chicken sandwich. So he does you know how those attorneys be like, yes, if you were involved in an accident, you too can get compensation. Just call us. You know how the lawyers.
Oh
they
yeah,
go,
yeah. Like I'll fight for you type deal.
I will fight for you.
Oh yeah.
If you call J&J Attorneys.
Oh man, well, he gonna have a lot of people calling him.
So he does his
Popeyes.
show like that, right? He's
They-
fun. He's funny.
They was kicking ass at Popeyes for that chicken sandwich.
Yeah. So this company, they do like like a really amazing spicy chicken sandwich, and he plays the commercial is he's the second-rate lawyer who's defending the offended chicken eaters.
Oh man. Oh man.
So by the way, he's the number one tipper. He's the number one comedian that's getting tipped on tipping comedians right now, and you're number two.
Oh my.
I'm not counting myself because I got an unfair head start from both of you guys. I'm probably in the thousands at over
Oh,
20 years, so I've been doing it. So I'm not counting me.
in that case, only you can tip me to get that money, and then I'll be putting it down on the SUV.
He's actually leading in two categories. One category One category is the most money.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the most money, and he's not that far ahead of you. Like, he might be $80 out.
Oh, okay.
Not a big deal. One person can knock that out.
Yeah.
And he's got the most people to tip.
Oh, so he's stripping or something.
Yeah. So what I want to do is I want to create 2 bonus incentives for at the end of the month. The comedian who gets the most people to tip will get like an extra bonus, and then the person who gets the most money tipped to them will get that. So let's say I got $100 for each of those.
Okay.
Whoever gets the most people to tip them in that month gets that $100.
Mm.
And then whoever gets the most money from people, which could be one person, grandma could come in and tip you $2,000.
Come back.
So it's whoever gets the most money and whoever gets the most people. Those are the 2. So I think what I'm going to do for April, since that's my birthday,
yes,
I think I'm going to kick off that promotion.
21,
29. Because 21-year-olds are clueless, man. They don't know jack. Their brains are still developing, man. Their brains are the frontal lobe isn't fully developed.
I used to say young, dumb, and I know I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm just saying. Okay, so you work with Bill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that podcast together back in the day.
I don't even know my picture.
You guys did the very first. You and Bill did the very first Zoom tipping.
Yeah, because he wasn't he at like the little fireplace in the bar. I thought it was a bar. Jameson, Jameson, and actually Jameson. Damn, am I doing another plug? It's actually cool. Coca-Cola.
Universal Nissan, Kelly's,
Dogs Bar and Grill.
We ain't seen one penny on any of that.
My cousin Tone worked down there. He did a security, man.
So the next on the list is the Pod Brother. That's me. We all know why. Let's get past that, dude. Maria Jordansky. She's a comedy documentary director. So, you can be on Tipping Comedians if you are in the comedy industry, working on something that is comedic, like a comedy documentary film, which Maria is directing, or if you're producing it, or if you're a writer, or if you're a comedy actor, you can get on there as well.
Okay.
So
I have like multiple jobs.
Yeah. Dave Carter. You work with
Dave. Dave, crazy, man.
I love Dave.
Looks, man.
When Dave did his when he did his Sam Elliott Budweiser bit, the voiceover. Budweiser, Beer Kings. He does his commercial with Sam Elliott, Budweiser commercial. Every take, he's like drinks the beer, and by the 12th take, he's toe up.
Really don't suppose
like Budweiser beer, King of Beers,
Bird. It's like what, for real?
He's like, he goes into this like,
just do that.
He starts complaining about his wife.
But King of Beers. What you mean? I got sock on the floor.
I come in with it. Yeah. But Dave Carter, man, I love him. He's on here. Who else we got? We got Will Now, Dave. That's you. I gotta put your headshot in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on while I'm in the chair or something.
I like that. That looks very cool.
I know this guy right here.
Brian Kiley. Brian Kiley wrote Conan O'Brien show for 22 years. Man.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and then I was talking to him. He said he worked alongside Dion Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been a minute since I've seen that brother. Yeah. We did a show back in the day. It was me, Dion Cole, Anthony McKinley.
You remember Kyle Early?
Kyle.
Yeah, he was a regular down the lap and so from Queen Mary.
The name sounds familiar.
He's a regular DJ on the Foxhole.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on Jamie Foxx's show. Very talented brother. Lana Turner, who was married to Ralphie May, and she's a comedian.
Wow, I didn't know. So that was Ralphie May's wife for all those years.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. Ralphie May hilarious.
Yeah. She's super cool, bro. Yeah, no, Ralphie was a cool dude, man.
He seemed like he was cool. I didn't get a chance to meet him, but he was
cool. I met him before he became big in Houston. I went down there for Super Bowl. I did my first Lapis Hope Comedy Film Festival, which I didn't partner with, but I wanted to make it a fringe event of the Super Bowl weekend because I was a big fan of the Super Bowl. So I was like, how can I be a part of Super Bowl weekend with my own event? And, not be sanctioned by it, but, be one of those thousands of fringe events that happens and parties that happens in the town over the weekend.
Okay.
And it was a difficult thing to do because all the hotels were gone. So comedians and filmmakers trying to come in, they had to stay an hour outside of town, and it wasn't worth it.
And with Ralphie was like, come on, sleep on the couch.
Well, I reached out to the Laugh Stop in Houston, and Ralphie May was the house resident headliner. Okay. There. It was just before the last Comic Stand, just before he broke big. And so I met him, and he was just like, yeah, man, make yourself at home. It's a great club, blah, blah, blah. I was like, cool. So I did my comedy contest preliminaries there, my finals there, like I did at the Queen Mary.
Okay, yeah.
But in Houston for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And he was real nice to me. He was just like, and then every time I saw him, it was real cool. And then, years later, 10 years later, when I was working at the John Lovitz podcast studio right here in Universal.
Okay, right across the street. I walked past
at the John Lovitz podcast
John
studio.
Lovitz. I walked past that. I was going in on that stage.
I was on that stage. That's where the Pod Brother was born. John Lovitz is the Pod Father.
Oh, okay.
That's where the Pod Brother was born.
You telling me you got a son with that?
I got a son-in-law named Will Pod.
Will Pod.
Will Pod.
Because I'm boss says, I was sitting there to my boy Kevin. I said, man, I'm on the stage, but John Lovitz stage. Matter of fact, when we leave here today, we just gonna go over there and just walk on the stage.
Damn straight. So I met. So when Ralphie came through to John Lovitz, I was like, hey, Ralphie, what's up? How you been, man? And then that's when I met his wife, because I hadn't met her yet. I don't think they were even married. They might have just been dating.
Okay.
And so he introduced me to Lana, his wife, and then she's also a stand-up comedian. She plays guitar, and we became really good friends.
Okay.
And then the rest is history. She is still today one of my best friends in comedy.
Wow.
Loves her. She had me on her podcast called The Perfect 10, and it was really cool. Kristen Lundberg, you know her? Redheaded, curly, plays the violin. She's really like goofy and campy. Very funny. Super cute. She's in a McDonald's commercial. She's in an Amazon commercial. She's like blowing up. She's in like 5-6 major commercials. Yeah. She's amazing. Steve Kimbrough, I don't know who that dude is. Some loser.
Big Weezy.
Big Weezy. Oh, boy. Okay, see what just happened there? We just mentioned his name and we just started laughing. When you start laughing, just from like mentioning
your uncle, man. You just got like a cool ass uncle. You just get cool advice.
You just
be like, yo,
a person is just mad funny, but all you got to do is your picture pop up and you just start laughing.
And then his picture is already funny.
Yeah, we did a podcast together for like a year during that pandemic.
Yeah. It was on. Yeah, I was even doing it in my car for a minute. It'd be quiet in my car. It would be so much damn noise. And I had to go from the empty, vacant apartment, which I actually had permission to go ahead and do. And then in mid taping, we had an interruption by the neighbor who probably was on crack.
Right?
Yes.
That was
like,
that was
"Hey,
that was a
you
mad
record."
minute right there.
That was, man. That was
I recorded it.
And if we can play that back, man, we can find that footage, man.
Somewhere on my hard drive, I gotta go back. You know, I gotta go back and recycle all of that material at some point.
Man, that's somebody else.
So we got.
Oh, hey, Adam May. Hey,
Adam May, what's happening?
what's going on? Yeah. Oh my goodness, she's hilarious too. And,
So I got Scott Ramirez. You remember him, right? He's one of the MCs down at the Arc. Judy Chinchada. We laugh at her name too because she's a wild cat.
Man, woo,
She's out of her mind.
Man, where's she from? Like Jersey?
She's from New York.
Yeah,
She's from
okay,
Brooklyn.
yeah.
She's from Brooklyn. She's an Italian girl.
You,
Judy.
I know you, Judy, yeah, Judy, yeah, I know you, yeah.
I put Sinbad on there because he was struggling, had some health issues.
Yeah, definitely,
And,
man.
you know, and that's we wouldn't do the 20% there. We would just give the whole, anybody that donated for Sinbad, you know, I would just forward the whole.
And I still want to do something, you know, for him, man. And I know I reached out to a lot of comedians I haven't forgotten. And shout out to David Williams, who is working with me on that. And I know, like, we all have all busy schedules. Things we can't I know.
It's in their way.
Yeah,
Life gets in the way. And,
I know it'll happen.
We got our own challenges, but that's okay. It'll happen as long as it's in our thoughts and we're trying to move forward in that direction. You know,
definitely keep sending that in prayers.
Bob Nissan, that poor soul, he's married to Judy.
You said Nissan?
Bob Nissan, yeah.
Well, we might need to go.
Oh,
to talk to him. You might get one of them damn trucks, man. That's your last name. You need to just give us one of them trucks.
I don't think it's the same one.
Oh, okay. Oh no, that's.
Then we got the pod owl. That's me. You notice I want to tweet.
I'm trying to get that shit. You know, man. I'm trying to get a phone time. I'm just saying, every time I turn around, you on the damn whistle.
How come every other one is your face on there?
The face. The pod brother, the pod cousin, the pod uncle,
pod owl,
the pod.
Ref Kimro is up. What the hell's going on?
All these damn aliases, man. This is alienation. Alias Nation.
It's Pod Nation. It's Kimro Nation.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what's going on?
We
got Verity Van Dam. She's a newbie.
She's newbie. She looked like
she took the workshop, and she's in the show at the Art Theater, the Eavesdropper
You
show.
know who she reminded me of? Remember Man on Fire?
Yeah.
What was this? Yes, that's who, in this picture. That's who she looked like.
Yeah.
And she's like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does look like her.
Yeah.
So we could go all the way down. I want to add names to this. Oh, by the way,
hold on. Where's my man from New York? Carl? Is it Carl?
Carl Banks
from New York.
Yeah, from New York. Yeah.
Man, we gotta get him back, man. That's my boy, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy because we didn't meet in person. We met on the Zoom, and it was like we knew each other for years, and that was crazy how you threw that scenario at me, and I just went the character with the man. That was nothing, just like holding on to the spirit of Paul Morton.
Some serious
man, and I just serious improv, man. Carl's good people, man. I just from just talking to him.
I was on his podcast for about 2 months, which is good. His podcast is called Five Black Comedians. He basically has 5 black comedians on, and they talk about like current racial issues. And so yeah, it was fun on his show. We'll have to get him back.
What up, JJ? That's a viewer. Shout out to my viewers. I got the phone set up over there, so it's like I want to type back and say something. If I type back, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna be on the podcast actually typing people. Typing.
Well, listen, we're gonna come back.
And then I'll respond to some of y'all.
We had a nice little introduction of the tippingcomedians.com website.
And definitely want
Let's
to
talk about your show at the Chateau before we sign out. Tell us about. I'll tell you about my show at the Chateau. You tell me about your show at the Chateau and when you're going to be there.
Okay. So go. I'm telling first.
You go first. Yes.
I ain't telling. I ain't no snitch.
Yeah, yes, me ain't no snitch unless there's crack on the table. Then you spill it. Oh,
no.
Oh no, that's me. My bad. That's me.
Hey, T. Davis. Look at that, man. Look, that's another funny ass. Man, I'm gonna give some shout outs, and I need y'all, man. If y'all ever in town, man, Etta Mae, she's hilarious, and T. Davis, man. I got
man, come on down. Why are you down here right now? You should
Yes.
be on your way.
Come on down if you're in the area.
By the way, we're live on 5 platforms. No, we're live on 8 platforms. If any of you out there on any one of these platforms wants to come down here to Michelli's and join us on these microphones and spit some comedy with us.
I would love that.
We're here right now.
Oh, comedians,
Yeah, we're going to be here till 7 o'clock.
Yes.
And it's like 2:40. I missed my meeting with her. Oh, you know what? I missed my talk. But dude, I got a talk on podfestglobal.com.
What we got to
It
go
was
do
at
that?
2:30. No, it's at 2:50.
Oh, you got time.
2:50.
So we can just talk about the Comedy Chateau and then.
Yeah, let's do the Comedy Chateau. We'll sign off and we'll go check that out and then we'll come back.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So tell me about what you got going on with the show.
Okay. Let's see. April the 2nd.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's 7:30.
Let's pull up the website and let's see if you are actually in the schedule.
Yeah, I should be right there. It'll say my name.
Okay.
Roll over to there. Oh, what we got right here? Man.
Okay, so tell us about your show.
Description. I'm sitting there trying to read the name and people where.
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Oh.
Upcoming shows. So if you go to the Comedy Chateau,
appreciate you, man. That's what's up.
What's the date on it?
Thank you. It is April the 2nd, 7:30. It's New Faces.
Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down.
Right.
I see New Faces.
New Faces. Is that the?
So
yes, that is
that.
it. 7:30 show. Comedy Chateau. New Faces.
All right, let me.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Hold on 1 second here. Let me just go ahead and pull this up into the show. Just so.
Yes. Chucky's good people. That's also my domino buddy. And I say one day I'll eventually beat him in dominoes because he was beating me in dominoes. Very badly. I think I beat him once. He beat me about 50 times.
Your domino game is not on point?
On the app. On the app. I don't know. Maybe I was, you had like the poker face.
Right.
You don't have no poker face on the app because, so I could just be like, and I had him laughing through the app when I was sitting there like seeing comments like, and after he beat me, I'd like say something funny and I had him laughing through that, and then he started looking at some of my shows and it was just like we had a ball, man. It's crazy how you connect with people, man.
Okay.
It was man.
So if you go to the Comedy Chateau, this is what pops up and coming shows. So your show is April the 2nd. All right.
Sunday.
So if you're on the website and you scroll down to April 2nd, Fresh Faces. Because you did my birthday last year.
Yeah, did your birthday last year.
My MC.
Yeah.
And so that was the last time you were there. And they didn't get a chance to see you.
Yeah.
So now.
Because there was so many people you knew. I really didn't really get to do that. I was just like, and the next comedian.
Yeah.
And the next.
Well,
thank you.
Every comedian that was there are comedians that's in a tipping comedian.
Yes. Yeah. Like everybody showed up to talk about you.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun.
Bad. No, but everybody had personal stories, but that's what made it so funny. Because when you can relate, it just everybody got their own personal story.
Everybody got real serious.
Everybody got their
So you came down. You did a great job hosting my show. It was awesome. And but they didn't get a chance to see. So I was like, hey, Will, I'm going down because I want to get into rotation. Even though I like did a contract for my birthday, it still doesn't guarantee me to be in the lineup. Like you would think I would have got grandfathered in, right?
Yeah.
But no, he's like, come down on Sunday, do a spot, and then we see how you do. Then we'll book you in rotation. So I'm like, cool. So I called you up. I'm like, hey, I'm going down to do a spot to get in rotation. Couldn't make it that Sunday, but then you scheduled for this Sunday. But because I was scheduled on Saturday from last Sunday, and you came down, it just so happens that another producer, Big Bad Bo, was in the main room. Who you know. And he knows you, and you were like, hey, can I get a spot? He's like that. And then somebody didn't show up on that show. You get in that show. They saw you perform on that show. And they're like, hey, you got to come down and do the Sunday show so we can get you in rotation.
Exactly. So that was a blessing the way that worked out, man. Yeah. God is good.
So this is the New Faces show that they got you in rotation on.
Sacramento. I don't know what I'm going to be in Sacramento. I would love to come up that way to Sacramento and do something. I'm responding to a young lady who is on live. Definitely want to meet Chucky in person.
So that's the Chateau, and that's your show.
Yeah.
So you're going to be on that show
in LA. Yeah, in Hollywood. I'll be at the Comedy Chateau in North Hollywood.
And that's a
second. That's a Sunday. That's a 7:30 show. 7:30 show. And I'll be there in North Hollywood Comedy Chateau.
Awesome. I'll be there as well.
I appreciate it.
And then let's talk about when I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there next. When am I going to be there next? They sent me some avails for like Wednesday.
Click on all.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, I'm clicking all.
Click on all. I want to come out to Sacramento too.
Yeah. So
that's what's up.
So check the schedule. You'll see me in there. My promo code is Kimbro. Did they give you a promo code?
Yes, my promo code. Oh, damn it! I looked at you and almost said Kimbro. Damn it!
His promo code is Kimbro as well.
Bullshit. My promo code is my name. Will Naveen Katz. WILLNAVE. That's my promo code if you want tickets.
You can't remember that. Kimbro is his promo code.
No, put my name on my show on the 2nd of April at 7:30. Put my name for free tickets. Get as many damn tickets as you want. And fill them seats up. And so be like, damn, you got a whole church crowd. People, everybody. Yeah, baby, look at everybody.
Oh, all right. So this has been a good show. Good one right now. We're gonna come back because we're here all day. We're gonna take a break, maybe eat on slice, grab some pizzas, make some phone calls. Yeah, go out behind the dumpster, grab some more crack, and then we'll come back and
I don't know crack.
Come back around.
Try hookah, mess me up. I didn't even why did hookah mix you up? I got a story about that.
You find you on the internet.
You can find me. You can find me. Let's see, you didn't run up on me. Let me tell you where you can find me. Okay, you can go on IG, and I'm on comedian underscore Will underscore now I have an NAVE. And I'm on IG. Whenever I post on IG, it automatically jumps to Facebook. So you'll see me. Whatever I post on IG will come on to Facebook. West Hollywood, North Hollywood. North Hollywood is the Comedy Chateau, and that's Sunday, April 2nd at 7:30. West Hollywood. North Hollywood, they call it NoHo. And I still don't understand why they call it NoHo, because I have seen some holes in North Hollywood. But I don't know why they named it North Hollywood NoHo. So would West Hollywood be called WeHo?
It should be called North Hollyweird, because it's some weird people.
Oh man, no! You just get on the red line.
Get on the red line
because the blue line is cool. I got on the blue line 6 o'clock. Let me tell you, look. working on the transportation, and this is serious. My car got hit from behind. That's besides the point. That's what I'm working.
That's another story.
That's another story. So, but the blue line was immaculate. It was immaculate. It was clean.
Nice.
And as soon as I got on the red line, it looked like all hell. It was like the Watts riots.
It was like a zombie apocalypse.
People were saying it was like 9/11 base heads on it.
It's like
yeah, boy.
it's like The Walking Dead.
It was like what
episode.
the hell? It's like Flavor Flav and all his children. Yeah, boy, yeah. We got headphones, baby. Yeah, boy. Bitch, how low can you go? Yeah, boy. What the hell is going on here?
That's funny. Well, you can find me at podbrothernation.com, which is where a lot of this content
on IG.
lives. On IG, you can find me at Podbrother. You can also find me at podbrother.com or podbrothernation.com. And, anything that's a Pod Brother, pretty much on social media is me. There's ain't but one Pod Brother. That's me.
Yeah.
Number one.
Only one Pod.
There's only one Pod Brother. So
And there's only one Will Nave.
there it is. So we're going to go have some more slices. We're going to have some more drinks. And we're going to make a few emails, send out some texts, see who wants to come down and join us. If you guys want to come down
I'm going
and
to
join
send you
us,
the
that'd be great.
information.
If you can't join us today, we'll come
Yes.
to our show tonight at the Art Cyber Theater. Then come next week.
Hey, you know what? While we got someone here from Sacramento who follows my boy Chucky Booker, legend in the game, Chucky Booker. Man, and see, I don't want my chops.
Well, we gotta go because we'll talk.
We'll talk.
My talk is like I'm 2 minutes late for my talk.
Oh shoot!
So
All right, we're gonna talk.
We're gonna talk. We gotta go check out my talk.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll be back.
We'll be back.